Welcome everyone back to Pommy and Oz. Hope we're all doing really well. If you're new around here, do me a solid, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Let me know you're enjoying the content. We're churning the content out. We've got a members only video being uploaded today, which the rest of you should see over the weekend, which is the AFL prediction video right in between as we reach the halfway point almost of doing these team previews. After Christmas, we've got special guests coming on to do a total expectation video on what they see their sides doing. We'll have a little bit of a chat about that. Loads of draft content coming up. Members will be getting a fortnightly upload of everything that's going on in the draft world. There'll also be a draft show coming January for everyone else as well. Loads of live streams, so if you want to be part of that, make sure you hit the members section. Link is in the description. And we're here to do GWS Giants. They really bucked the trend last year. They were really hot and contested, played some great footy, and this year the expectations will be high for GWS. They went very deep. They played some really good football. Kingsley's got them as a very exciting side. As you can see, 13th oldest side, 24.3 years old, and 64.7 games played, 12. Right in that happy median of someone that could maybe spurt, but also someone that could maybe slide with the inexperience. But that inexperience is mainly outside of the 22. Their 22 is quite locked in. Last year, Phil Davis retired. Cam Fleeton, Jason Gilby was delisted. Adam Kennedy was delisted but then relisted in that rookie. They lost Matty Flynn on the free agency, and Danny Lloyd ended up retiring, leaving, you'd say, a few holes. Phil Davis was cracking on a bit. Matty Flynn was probably the surprise there. The other guys, probably not so much. Gilby never really got going. Danny Lloyd, I think Bedford and co have overtaken him, particularly the find of Brown in the forward half, who can also slide down back. So I feel like they haven't really lost anything, have they? But they went to the draft quite hard, brought in Phoenix Gothard, probably too early for some, as they say. But let's be honest, they've obviously target acquired him. And that is so important to talk here. People go on about draft picks as if they're a commodity and stuff. But if you see a player that you want and you see he's going to be the difference maker, doesn't matter what pick you take him, it's where he ends up. As you can see, general forward, plays the smaller half of the ground, 10 games over a few years for the Murray Bush Rangers, 15.9 touches, 4.1 marks, 3.7 tackles, a goal a game, 178-72 kegs. He's definitely that kind of guy that just gets goals, to be honest, and I'd say he's very close to AFL ready in the immediate future. Incredible nous and forward craft skills. But what should be important is he goes at 74% disposal efficiency. A really good user. But he's also very, very strong defensively. Something that he's worked incredibly hard on. So the forward pressure's there, but also with the goals. And that is a rare commodity in the AFL. We either talk about one or the other, forward pressure or the goals. This guy does both. And I think he will be a shoo-in at some point in the season. He's definitely got that skill, and we know Kingsley isn't scared to usurp the surprise and throw him in. A really solid player at the Bush Rangers, and one that really does stand out with his ability to crumb and really work it out, working with some very good players. Toby Green would be a great little role model for him in the terms of football ability, who can really impact the game from really not many chances, and that's what Phoenix specialises in. He's a real chance player. James Leake, we love on this show talking about players from Tassie, and James Leake is a very exceptional talent. Can play half-back, can play half-forward, 187, 77 kegs. I see his future more on the wing, in my opinion, as that taller type wingman who can burst through inside 50, but also take some marks, and he's very strong aerially, particularly with his intercept ability, but also his ability to run and stun you from very, very deep back. Also loves them given goals. 84% disposal efficiency. Was a real standout for the Tassie Devils. 11 games, 16.1 touches, 3.8 marks, 3.1 tackles, 1.5 goals. I think this kid could be another Lockie Whitfield, in my honest opinion. I think he really is that type of player. I think this is a real smoky of where he is. I love what Leek is about. He's a very cool customer as well. He's a very good user, as we said, and also his ability to give and go, but also work up the ground, work down behind the ground. Very selfless type footballer. And I would say when I look at GWS, I think the wings are the place. I'm going to be totally honest. I think that's the place that you could get into in this side. So really stay tuned for that. Leakey is an incredible footballer and a really good acquisition. The next guy they brought in was a guy called Joseph Fonte, pure winger. And again, we said the wing is probably the area that you could probably break into in this side. And the Claremont boy really came in late. His Colts form was ridiculous, getting him into the WA. 188.73 kegs. Real, again, see what I said about Leek. Real strong intercept player with an incredible turn of speed. This guy is quick. 2.8 seconds in the 20 metres. It's a fast lightning speed. 12.3 touches, 3.3 marks, 1.7 tackles for Claremont. A definite point of difference. And he's going to need to put on a bit of size, I feel, to play in the AFL. But one thing that's noticeable, particularly in the Claremont games, is even though he doesn't get the ball 1,000 times, it's what he does with it. He makes things happen. He's a real offensive first type player, and one that I really feel can spread play. I feel like GWS are very good at finding the ball. Them points of difference, and he's definitely going to be working in there. They've got another young kid there as well, Darcy Jones, who they took last year, who's another wait and see. He's an incredible player and got very similar traits to this fella. So stay tuned for that. But a really, really good acquisition for them, and Claremont is an incredible little system for players to come in. Harvey Thomas came in on their academy halfback, but can play in the mid. 176 and 69 kegs. And Harvey has done his job. We love these academy players. They're always good to see. It's good to see them get a chance. Playing out at Oakley this year. Had the 17.8 touches in the Talents League, going at 79%. 2 inside 50s, 4 rebound 50s, and 3 marks. And then for the academy, 6 games, 18 touches, 3.5 marks, 4 tackles, 0.2 goals. This guy here is a real in-tight player. Likes to give it to someone else to kick it out, but really is a hard-working type player. Definitely probably more suited to down the back of the ground. His tackling is pretty impressive as well. Really good on them smaller, crafty players. And I could see this guy starting in the back pocket and then working his way up. He's got a real good awareness of his space as well. He really finds the ball and isn't scared to pivot in traffic and then get the handball out. Really enjoys, though, being in short and letting players do the work. He's got very high IQ as well, and he really retains the possession well. Kind of like a smaller Phil Davis, in the terms that Phil Davis just churned the ball, made sure that the ball was retained. He's a very reliable player, and I really do like Harvey Thomas. I think he will be one to watch his development. And then on the Cat B, they brought in the big Ward Hughes. Played a few games this year in the VFL, 2 games, 5.5 disposals, 3.5 marks, 1 goal a game, 181, 68 kegs, and really one of these guys that is going to be a developer. 181 and 68 kegs. You're not going to see him for the first 2 years, but definitely something there with his goal nous, particularly in the VFL. You saw it, he had the goal nous, he had the intuition to kick goals. He loved working up at half forward for them conduit marks. So one that's really a wait and see. And again, see what I said about the other kids. They're working with Toby Green. He's probably one of the best at doing that. I reckon that will really aid his development. But there is something there, and his ability did show in the VFL in the limited times that we saw him, that he has got something there. Looking ahead to next year, then they've got their first pick, second from Adelaide, third and fourth of their own. This side loves a pick 1, and I think Finn O'Sullivan is the missing jigsaw piece to this GWS side. 181 centimetres, 70 kegs. He will be pick 1, or at least thereabouts. An incredible incredible footballer from the Oakley Chargers, who this year played the 8 games as an underager. As you can see, 22.1 touches, 4.8 marks, 4 tackles, and 0.1 goals a game. This guy is an accumulator. This guy is a dancer in traffic. He's got good decision making. He's rambustious in the contest. He looks to give it out, and I reckon this year you're going to see them goals because he's definitely got them in them. He is an incredible talent, and they went at Harley Reid. They didn't quite get him. I reckon that they will have a punt at Finn O'Sullivan. I think, knowing that sides are going to start thinking about Tasmania coming in, there's going to be a few sides in the bottom 6. I feel that I've got a lot of work to do. I reckon that they may have a little punt with it and go, you know what, here's a few picks, fix your list, let's get what we want. But this kid is incredible, and really check this guy out, because this guy can play footy. I am really excited about seeing this kid's development as we move into it. We'll be turning out, as we know, for the Oakley Chargers. He will definitely be in there in the Coates League, but we'll also probably see him in the big representative leagues, and that's where you want to be turning out for the Metro, and it'll be exciting to see. So make sure that you tune into the Metro games, because this kid can play football, and I've got a sneaky feeling, no mail, that they go for him. Looking ahead to the end of the year, and what will their team look like, I think that this is what it'll look like, and I'm pretty confident on this one. GWS fans come at me, great discussion point, but I think Sam Taylor and Buckley will be the starting keys. I reckon Himmelberg will float through there. Lee Kalia, I feel like he's going to break into this side. Got a real good, I'm a big fan of Lee, and if he can stay fit and get himself right, I feel like this kid is special, and that intercept marker. Connor Iden, Whitfield and Ash, real strong exits from the back line. This is why I said the wing. I feel like you could do, I feel like there's players here. I've gone Cunningham and Callahan. I feel like there's something there. Cornelio as the centreman, Green and Callum Brown at half forward, with Cadman finally breaking in, and Jesse Hogan playing full forward. Brent Daniels and Phoenix Goddard get into the team. I feel like Phoenix Goddard will break in and stay there towards the end of the year. Briggsy, Green and Kelly, and then O'Hallahan, Riccardi, Himmelberg and Perryman on the pine. Few players there to watch out for as well. Love to see the development of Fonte. I'm really excited about that. I feel like there is something there. Feel like there's a few players as well that we haven't quite seen. Cooper Hamilton has shown little glimpses in the forward half of the ground, and when he was deployed back, feel like there is something there. Braden Pruce is another one that I'm looking at and thinking, can he break into this side and get himself right? Because there's no doubt he is, in my opinion, the best ruckman at GWS, should he be fit and all things firing. But that's GWS. What did you think, GWS fans? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, I'm out.
Rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad.